Good morning. In continuation to our receptors, till now whatever we have discussed, that receptor consists of the you can say that receptors are classified into the four types. That is the type 1, which is ligand gated ion receptor, which is also called as the inotropic receptor. And here this is the N receptor. This is you can say that C terminal and N terminal it is there. uh, and you can say then each helix, each subunit consists of the four helix, and you can say that there is a 4 to 5 subunits are there. So N terminal and C terminal both present outside the cell membrane. In case of the G protein coupled receptor, again there is a 7 transmembrane helix consist of the 3 subunit C terminal present inside the cytosol, and binding site which is located near to the N terminal which is present outside the membrane. Kinase link receptor binding domain again near to the N terminal present outside the membrane, and catalytic domain present near to the C terminal inside the cytosol. And N type, the see all these three type of receptor is present into the cell membrane, but nuclear receptor present into the nucleus, and their binding domain as well as you can say the N terminal it is present inside only, and binding domain is present near to the C terminal. But in other cases we have seen that binding domain is present to the N terminal, but for nuclear receptor it is near to the C terminal. So this is you can say that about the ligand gated ion channel receptor. The time scale is the millisecond. That means with the millisecond they can produce the effect. They will control the ion channels. It may be the sodium, calcium, or you can say that chloride, and based upon the channel present they will call the hyperpolarization or depolarization. Example is the nicotinic receptor and acetylcholine receptor. In case of the G protein coupled receptor, again G protein coupled receptor, you can say that functional domain is responsible for the G protein, the type of the G protein it will produce, and they may be act directly or they may act by the second messenger, and mainly they act by the three different mechanism, that is the cyclic AMP, adenyl cyclic AMP pathway, channel regulation, and IP3 phospholipase C IP3 DAC pathway, and they produce the effect within a second, muscarinic and acetylcholine receptor. Next is you can say that kinase link receptor. Kinase link receptor, it will take some time, hours, similar to the nuclear receptor, and today's class we are going to discuss about this kinase link receptor and the nuclear receptor in the details. And example of the kinase link receptor is cytokinin receptor, and it will cause the protein phosphorylation through the genes transcription protein synthesis that will take place, and then only it will produce the cellular effect. In case of the nuclear receptor, it will mainly produce the effect through the genes transcription followed by the protein synthesis. Now we will see about the kinase link receptor and the nuclear receptor in detail.